The Buffalo Bills just had a devastating loss to rise New England Patriots on Sunday Night Football, and now they get to go play my Atlanta Falcons on Monday Night Football, who are coming off a bye. My name's Tyler, here with my brother Ryan, and we're going to break down this Monday Night Football matchup between the Bills and the Falcons. So be sure to leave a comment. Let us know who you think is going to win and why, and hit that subscribe button to get notified when new videos come out. And Ryan, great game, I think overall, just in general for Sunday Night Football. I know you as a Patriots fan, we're recording this right after the game as well too, so you're still probably feeling really good. And now they get to go. The Bills get to go play my Falcons, who are coming off
Yeah.
a bye, but a good victory overall in Week 4 against the Washington Commanders. They were without Jaden Daniels, but more what I saw on film and on the screen more like made me feel happier, even if we weren't able to pull out the victory, just actually throwing the ball downfield instead of doing all these screens. And so, but Ryan, want to throw it over to you here real quick before I start talking. Is what do you think of the Bills' overall performance, and what do you think they need to clean up going into this game against my Falcons?
Yeah, I thought it was a good performance from the Bills. I think there were a lot of self-inflicted wounds there. You had the turnover in the red zone by Josh Allen. You had two fumbles. Um, uh, One giving the Patriots the ball at the 12-yard line, another giving the Patriots the ball at midfield. I know they gave that one right back on the next play, but uh, all in all, I thought it was a okay performance. You can tell that defense is definitely missing Ed Oliver in the middle. He was not active tonight, but he did return to practice, so I'm assuming he will be ready to go for this Monday Night Football game. Um, so if the Bills can clean up some of that, and I haven't even mentioned the penalties yet, if the Bills can clean up some of that, I still think that this is a really good team in a good game. The one area I do feel like the Falcons are going to be able to exploit this Bills team is in the pass game down the field. The Bills corners are leading the league in average separation per route run, giving up the most yards of separation there as well. And so I think the Falcons can exploit that. They're also one of the lesser run defenses in the league at the moment. So I think that's another thing the Falcons could potentially exploit. With that being said, Josh Allen and this offense, especially when they get into a groove, I think can do some really good work. And as far as your Falcons go, yeah, it was a good bounce back too. You go look, that was a tough loss in Carolina where the game really just got away from them. I feel like 30-0 was not a fair representation of that game because there was the pick six by Michael Penix to make it 17-0, and then there was another interception that put the ball inside the 20. And like it just kind of compounded on this Falcons team, and they were just never able to get themselves out of it. And so I do feel like this is a good Falcons team. I'm excited to see what this defense can do against this Bills offense because you have some young edge rushers as well. Spencer Brown came back from injury against my Patriots, and so maybe that's a matchup that they can exploit and maybe get after. So I don't know. It's going to be a fun one. I'm looking forward to it. I don't know. What are some of your thoughts on the Bills after this Monday night game coming in to play your Falcons? Because I know seeing them only put up 20 points, especially against the Patriots defense that was good against the run, but not so much against the pass. But
Yeah, but that's the Patriots defense overall, like top to bottom, is just better than our Falcons defense, just in general. I know we have a young and explosive front seven, but especially too, if AJ Terrell is still out with a hamstring injury, that's going to be a massive loss for the secondary, which I think could be a big vulnerability for us. I think the thing for us is we can't let the Bills get ahead because when I go and look at even two against Washington, they had 147 rushing yards against us. My fear is that if Buffalo does get a lead against us, it's going to be a heavy dose of James Cook going up against just a younger front seven in general, which I think can be susceptible to rushing yards. But then on the flip side, though, too, as I talk about them when it comes to our secondary, like we can get after the quarterback. I think we're going to have the speed to contain Josh Allen so he doesn't get like outside the pocket, and then he starts improvising, and that's where he can get really dangerous. But on the flip side, though, too, their receivers are good enough. They're not the best in the league, but I would say they're better than our secondary without AJ Terrell. If we have AJ Terrell, I think that's going to be an interesting matchup because he can really help lock down one side of the field, whether it be against Keon Coleman, whether it be against Khalil Shakur, who Shakur is going to be a guy that moves around more in the slot a little bit,
yeah,
or some of the other guys in that room. But that's where my initial concerns are. I do think offensively, if we play the right way and if we go back to playing how we were against Washington, I agree with you. I think we could exploit some aspects of this Bills defense, similar to I believe how you guys did as well tonight. We're going to get the ball out quicker. We just typically tend to do that. Our offensive system is a little bit more unique overall. Where like we have the athletic guys and the speedster guys such as Bijan, and then you're going to have if Darnell Mooney's healthy as well too. I haven't even talked yet about Drake London, but and Kyle Pitts has also come on strong as well too. So we have the offensive weapons I think
Yeah.
that could really get Buffalo in trouble. But I think in general, though, it's going to be if we go down that route, then Josh Allen's going to be throwing the ball a bunch. And can our secondary contain
Yeah.
uh, just Josh Allen, just in
Yeah.
general? Because that's going to be the big difference. It's going to really be, I think, how our defense plays. I think the Bills' defense can stymie us at times, but I also think too, if we come out and we have the right play calling, Zach Robinson, and we're actually throwing the ball down the field in between the seams, we're talking about, and instead of these more screen passes or feel like we're playing more laterally than vertically,
Yeah.
then I think we have a shot to maybe beat them in a foot race. But it's going to have to take a good game. I mean, these are one of the best guys in the AFC, just in general for a reason, and Josh Allen's one of the main reasons coming into this.
Yeah.
But want to keep on saying just overall improvement from Michael Penix in the passing game and that decision making. We saw that a lot more with Washington compared to then against Carolina, where he looked indecisive and confused, and also too like the play calling in Carolina was another one too was just poor, and so there's absolutely opportunities, I think, for us to win. I think our offensive line has been playing decently well. Also, it's going to be a tough matchup against this front seven for Buffalo, but a lot of ways that we could break this down here as well. I think our linebackers going up against Dalton Kincaid and Dawson Knox. I think that's going to be a very interesting matchup as well too. But once again, this offense it all starts with Josh Allen and him
Yeah.
leading the way. So Atlanta's going to have to. I'm glad they're coming off a bye, so they can watch this game, get rested, try and get healthy because we're going to need our best players to come and pull off this victory here. Uh, I'm trying to think like what the number one X factor. I mean, because Josh Allen's always an X factor, but I was if Zach Robinson to me is I think the X factor. If he can call a good game, then I think we've got a good shot. But my issue overall, just with the Falcons, it's just if we have the right coaching. I actually think if you go look at Terry Fontenot and then if you go look at the talent on the field and we've seen it in success, I actually think I would make an argument that we've actually drafted decently well. Has there been some misuse handling of the quarterbacks? I think over the past couple of years, yes. But in general, though, it's like we all see the arm with Michael Penix. Uh, we've got our number one receiver. We've got a number one running back. Kyle Pitts seems to be benefiting from having like a better quarterback overall, and he's been more explosive.
Yeah.
But it's can our play calling be be effective, and that's
Yeah.
where I've seen struggles so far this year from our offense. And so it's can we make those adjustments? And I think for me going into this, Buffalo's going to have an extra night as well too to rest. Going to have the prep. These teams don't really see each other that much, just because cross conference, and then also too Buffalo's normally winning the division, and Falcons have not been lately. So, for me, I see more ways that Buffalo pulls off this victory than Atlanta, and I feel weird not going with my Falcons, but also too I need to catch up. And I also just want to be honest then as well too. I
Yeah.
think there's a lot of different ways Buffalo can win this game. That they can win this game in a shootout. They can grind it out as well too. Like if they get a 7-10 point lead, and just like I think they could really lean on James Cook in this game here as well. And I think Atlanta's going to struggle to stop that. Well, on the flip side, though, too, with Atlanta, it's just the consistency aspect of it that just from
Yeah.
what I've seen in general. Even tonight with Buffalo, do they have some turnovers? Yes, that were self inflicted, but in general, though, this offense is clicking like all the time. And
Yeah.
obviously, it was clicking tonight. It just they had a couple more self inflicted turnovers
Yeah.
or mistakes that hurt them.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I do see a way your Falcons can win this game. I think they can stretch out this Bills defense. I do think that they have the pass rushers and uh the front seven to kind of stymie Josh Allen. And The big thing with him is you can't let him free release when he scrambles, because if you just are playing contain and then he gets out and you just let him go, I
Hmm.
think that's where a lot of teams make mistakes, and a lot of teams have actually kind of corrected this now. But you saw tonight when teams were actually able to pressure him when he was in those scramble modes. That's when I think this offense can struggle. And so I'm going to go with the Bills. I do think that this is a bit of I don't say a trap game, but you're coming off a deflating loss against the Patriots. I think that there's a potential that the Falcons could come out, punch the Bills in the mouth, and we'll have a really good game next Monday night. So
Yeah.
I'm ultimately betting on Josh Allen being
I,
Josh
I,
Allen.
I,
Yeah,
that's what I think there's going to be more. I've just seen more consistency week in, week out from the Bills. And there's lots of more years of experience overall in this. But that also being said, though, too, I have week in and week out experience of just inconsistency from the Falcons, where like you think they're making the right adjustments, the coaching staff, you think they're making the right adjustments, and then lo and behold, like they're making mistakes, and
yeah,
they're not, and they're reverting back to old habits, not setting themselves up for success. Because even too, I know everybody like last time the Falcons were on prime time, they had that great defensive game against Minnesota, but they ran the ball all over Minnesota. But once again, like they didn't really need to throw the ball or be anything too creative offensively. Um, sorry, in the passing game. So that's just where I want to see more consistency of that. I'll
yeah,
feel a lot better even if we lose to Buffalo, but we just look more solid. Like that's my thing is I don't want to come out here and just lay an egg
yeah,
offensively and just look bad on national TV. I guess
yeah,
every game's on national TV on primetime TV.
yeah. And that's going to be, I think, this is a good measuring stick for where the Falcons truly are. So
Yeah.
let's go ahead. We're both taking the Bills in this matchup. Let's go ahead. Let's wrap this one up here. If you guys have not already, please go ahead and like and subscribe. That is the best way to help out the channel. While you're down there, leave a comment on who you think is going to come out ahead in this matchup. Will it be the Buffalo Bills? Will it be the Atlanta Falcons? And other than that, we'll see you guys next time.